Hi everybody and welcome to the monthly astrology snapshot. My name is Paula Shaw and I offer these every month to give you guys a heads up on what is going on in the greatest cycles, what is going on with the lunations, the new moon, the full moon, so you can feel prepared, aware, or even actually really take advantage of the cycles and work with it consciously. So this lunar month begins at the new moon in Pisces, which I'm a little bit late bringing this out. It's already happened. And this new moon didn't have a big energy for beginning. So if you did miss it and you woke in ritual, that's okay. But what I will say is notice what's unraveling. One of the major themes of this lunar month is things that are dissolving. The moon, the new moon, which means the sun, is now in Pisces, and Pisces is the final sign in the zodiac. It is the dimension in our lives where things can dissolve, where karmic endings occur, completion, healing, unraveling. And if you can honor that energy and work consciously with it, you may find at this time in your life many old constructs are beginning to naturally, organically dissolve. And this to me would be my advice at the beginning of this lunar month, is to embrace that. Observe what is naturally already wanting to unravel. This first week of the lunar month is an invitation for you to soothe and heal and allow a purification in ways. And that will also be strong at the full moon on the 7th of March in Virgo. But at the beginning of this lunar month, you can really allow something to be soothed and released that's been really tough, really difficult for you for the last 2 to 3 years, really since all of this big paradigm shifting constructs, society changing cycles kicked off in 2020. This month, all lunar month, we have Pluto in the final degree of Capricorn. And whatever is in the last degree of any sign, it will be in amplified. It is a power point. This can, increase the themes of that sign and the planet that's in that degree or whatever heavenly body is there, and it can really bring it up. So Pluto has been working its way through Capricorn since 2008, which was when the GFC kicked off, and it has been unearthing, purifying, revealing what's hidden, detoxing in the shadows, everything to do with Capricorn, which is the big power structures that those larger institutions such as government, corporations, it has been being dredged up. It doesn't mean that it's all over, but it's as though you can imagine it's bringing it up. And then in the next cycle, we will see a lot of what that is, and it has to be addressed. So it doesn't always get addressed whilst within the cycle, but the intention of Pluto is to reveal it to us so we really know what we're dealing with in these realms of Capricorn. Pluto will move into Aquarius and oscillate between Capricorn and Aquarius for the next 2 years. That will be in the next lunar month. It's happening in March, actually just after the new moon. But I will talk about Pluto a lot more in the next snapshot, because the big thing I wanted to bring up that Pluto is sitting there because those old agendas, they're not letting go anytime soon. So be aware that that's in play. But what is shifting, and so March as a month is a huge month. It is where we see Saturn, which I'm about to speak to, and Pluto changing signs within days of each other. This is a big deal, guys. Pluto, as I said, has been in Capricorn since 2008. So this isn't happening every year or even every 5. And Pluto will be in Aquarius for 2 decades. Saturn is about to move into Pisces. In fact, it will happen at this full moon in Virgo coming up on the 7th of March, just after the full moon. So this really amplifies this move of Saturn. Saturn has been moving for the last roughly 4 years through Aquarius and Capricorn. Saturn is strong in those signs. Saturn feels at home. Saturn has been like, let's bring form and structure through Capricorn and recently through Aquarius. So there has been a lot going on in those realms. However, this shift into Pisces is very significant. So Saturn is the planet of form, of structure, of conserving traditions, of the elders, of the old ways, which there is nothing wrong with that. But left just to go on its own, unsupervised by anything else, we're just going to be in those heavy form structure, the government's coming in on our realities, life feeling heavy, life feeling like it's all about form in the material realms. But now, just in a matter of weeks or this lunar month, Saturn will move into Pisces, the sign of the realms of the formless. Pisces rules over the oceans, over compassion, empathy, kindness, healing, spirituality, the divine. Again, as I shared before, the new moon in Pisces, there's this energy when you get to Pisces of something needs to end, but it's not an abrupt ending. It's more like a completion. So Saturn is moving into Pisces, ending over the next 3 years, a roughly 29-year cycle for Saturn. So Saturn has been so dominant for the last years, as I mentioned, moving through Capricorn and Aquarius, being strong, and now Saturn will not be as intense, as strong. The planet of form is moving into the realms of the formless. Something will dissolve around these old ways. There could be a restructuring, which is what Saturn loves to do in the material realm, of things to do with compassion, of looking after others, kindness. Now, hopefully that happens really fast, because I know in many countries on earth, really a lot of people are being neglected, with inflation and housing crises. There is a lot of beautiful humans that are not being looked after by our collective. And maybe we will see with Saturn moving into Pisces, a reforming, a restructuring of taking care of compassionate acts. Pisces looking after others. Plus, Pluto will be moving into Aquarius next month. And Pluto is about power, and Aquarius is about humanity, power to the people. So I have a feeling over the next few years, we will see a lot more focus on looking after each other. I am not saying we will live in utopia and mass awakening will happen. If that happens, I will be so happy and I will love that. However, I think this is going to be slow changes that we will see starting to pick up. There will be shifts, and March was always going to be a significant month where look for the glimpses of what's showing up for you personally. What old constructs in your mind, fears, beliefs, stories are ready to just dissolve. Let it happen this lunar month. Don't force it, don't push it. What constructs, traditions have you inherited that just do not resonate with you anymore or make sense to you anymore? Allow the process. This month is kind of an in-between liminal energy, liminal space where people don't really know what they're doing. What I'm noticing is people aren't wanting to engage in the same ways that they have been previously, and they don't quite know how they want to engage moving forwards. If this is you, use this lunar month to turn your attention inwards. Get into some deeper wounding. Take advantage of this time to heal, to dissolve, to come back to the realms of Pisces, creativity, the healing arts, beautiful music that soothes your soul, always connecting with nature. being in the realms of your deep spiritual practice. This is an incredible, supportive lunar month to engage with what is sacred, what is meaningful, what you determine as your spiritual practice. Again, we're moving into times where religion and those old constructs will not be the same. The powers are going to shift. And we're moving into realms where there will be a focus on your individuality, not to separate from the collective, but to enhance your personal uniqueness so that you can contribute more. And this will go towards people really claiming their own version of truth, of spiritual truth, of what religion or their connection to the divine really means to them. And this is a beautiful, wonderful lunar month to really connect with that, especially at the full moon in Virgo that's coming up. This full moon is coming in again, one of these pivotal months for humanity. And it is really an opportunity, because that Saturn ingress into Pisces will happen within hours. This is a moment to work in ritual or to just observe what you're ready to release. Something old wants to go, something connected to world events and the trauma of what we've been living through. Trauma is, in one way to look at it, that feeling of trauma. We continue feeling traumatized when we feel powerless. And the last few years have definitely had this energy of, oh my goodness, inflation, pandemic, a sense of powerlessness. This lunar month is your moment to take some time, especially at this full moon, and let go. Let go of your fears. Let go of the obsessing over how it's all going to work out. If you can, go for it. This full moon will really want to assist healing, because Chiron, Neptune, and Venus are in really strong positive aspects. And that can really bring about a deeper healing to the core wounds, Chiron. So Virgo rules over your rituals, your discipline, the sacred, your, beliefs around what matters to you. And at this full moon, you can really work at letting go of some old habits, old ways of being that are just not serving you and not helping you to move forwards at all. So really work with letting that go. So, and if you want to work more consciously in ritual with this full moon, I have my final event for this astrological year, where I will be doing an online gathering where I'll talk about these themes in depth, and then take you on a really lovely journey to support exactly that, to let go, to dive into the core wounds, and to support you to come back to what is sacred, to what is meaningful to you in this life. Yes, there are big agendas going on out there. Yes, there are old power grabbing constructs that do not want the world to change. Yes, that's true. But if you keep focusing on that, you will feed it. I'm not saying you'll make it worse, but you will experience it constantly and keep yourself in a loop of trauma. And that doesn't help you or anyone around you or your work or your health. Nothing benefits from that. Go in, turn within, come back to what is sacred, whatever that means for you. It doesn't have to be my way, their way, anybody's way, not even your ancestors' way. And I'm not saying disrespect all of that. But this lunar month, find what that is. Turn your attention within. Center yourself, ground yourself. Remember what matters about being a human. Our humanity has been challenged. Our ability to feel like we can just be on earth and enjoy this experience at all has been challenged. It has been tough. And I don't know how it's all going to work out, but I do, as you know, look at the forecast for the upcoming years. And what I get is that I do feel that the intensity of what we've been experiencing is going to start releasing this year, like the vice, the squeeze. But however, we're going to have to deal with the aftermath of what's been squeezed. And I think that will be very, very challenging for humanity. We'll be in a cleanup phase in essence. But on a more shadowy side, I do feel that the next couple of years, the old paradigms will try to grasp at power. I don't feel, astrologically, I don't feel that they will succeed, but be aware that this is what is going on at the collective level, but trust in the bigger cycles. So it will be very interesting to see what starts showing up in the next couple of months in the collective story, to see how are we responding to things, how are we handling things. And I think this will give a lot of insight into what's coming in the coming years. But again, for you, at a personal level, really start to observe what's showing up in your personal world, in your inner world. And I mean the deep inner world, not the fear, not the subconscious ruminating mind, but in your inner world. What's showing up that will be giving you some hints, some glimpses into the future, into which way your life wants to go. I have said this before. We were born at the right time. This is not a mistake. You know, for the inflation and the increase in costs, that is all part of bigger cycles. It's happened before, and unless we completely change the system we're living in, which is possible given the astrology, that will happen again. You know, this isn't it. And we've got to learn to ride these waves of change, to increase your capacity to be with it, to stay with this internal place, to stay with those parts of your reality that the material world can only affect if you allow it. Look for the glimpses of where your personal journey wants to go. Look for that and align with it more. Okay, so there will be a really beautiful conjunction. Oh, actually, I forgot to mention the Venus-Jupiter conjunction in Aries. So this will happen on the 1st of March, but it will be in effect and active a few days either side of that date. And this is one of the most auspicious aspects in astrology. It's happening in Aries, and Aries is the first sign of the zodiac, which really indicates that there can be a really beautiful new beginning. This is by far one of my favorite astrological configurations, and it is a time where really you can make a wish. Like really, I know it's like fantasy, but geez, if we don't stay in something magical, what is the point of being a human? Like really just go for it. This Venus-Jupiter conjunction can be a really, especially with it being in the initiating and beginning side of Aries, can be a really beautiful time to empower what was coming through at the new moon. So give it another boost, a magical boost in ritual, or you could do another round of setting intentions. In fact, I feel that this time is actually a stronger moment to work with seeding in, getting clear on what you want. Again, looking for what's showing up and then just empowering that, really rejuvenate if you've already done something and give it a big magical boost. And then we have the Mercury. So at the end of the lunar month, the 16th of March, we have all of this energy still building up in Pisces. So remember, the new moon was happening at the beginning of this month in Pisces. Then we have a massive shift with Saturn moving into Pisces. And then on the 16th of March, Mercury, Neptune, and the Sun will all be in a conjunction in Pisces. So again, this is a month to allow the dissolution, to allow the things that just need to go to just naturally go. Purification. This date, March 16th, if you are a creative or you are in a deep spiritual practice, go with it. Heal through your creativity. Go to the dimensions that are beyond the Saturnian energy of A plus B equals C. Go to the formless realms, to the realms of the divine. If you work with deities or you have any yogas that are beyond the everyday reality, go deeper into it at this time. Allow yourself to heal. Work with prayer, work with compassion, empathy, healing. Go with it. This really, as you can probably see from what I'm sharing, this isn't a month to push and charge ahead. It's to allow. Pisces rules surrender, the true surrender. The true art of surrender isn't just let go and see what happens and go with the flow. It is quite technical. You actually are surrendering to a deep understanding that there is no use in fighting life. There is no use in resisting. That is fear, and that will keep you in trauma. To allow what is in the moment. Take a breath, open your heart, and then really look from a space within your consciousness that isn't traumatized and triggered and heightened with emotion and fear. Stop this lunar month and look. Accept it. You were born at this time. This is not a mistake. You can handle this. You have everything you need within you. You just need to look. You just need to do the inner work. Turn the attention inward so that you're not focusing on the chaos that's going on. And then you can respond. It doesn't mean dissociate. There is a temptation when we have strong Pisces energy to dissociate, to avoid, to tap out. That's not always a bad thing. Sometimes we just need to binge watch something on Netflix. I confess. I purposely do that at times to get out because I can be just too focused. This is a time to, if you need time out from it all, you need to just have a break from it. Be constructive with it, as in do something beautiful. Go into nature. Play beautiful music, as I said before. Dance. Hug the people you love. Enjoy being a human for a moment and allow yourself to be reset with this lunar month. And like I said, the 16th of March is a beautiful date. The Venus-Jupiter conjunction on the 1st of March, also another beautiful, beautiful date. Work with it, enjoy it, embrace it, harness it so that you're not just wrapped up in the chaos. So as I shared already, next lunar month is really another significant month. As I shared earlier, Pluto is ingressing into Aquarius, which is huge. But like I shared earlier, I will speak to that at the next snapshot. But until then, trust in humanity, trust in this process. Humanity wants to heal. Humans want to survive. Humans, we are so incredible. And this is a month to really have faith in our capacity to work through this time. Change is happening. This year will be amplified, and it is always uncomfortable, honestly. Always. Even if it's change you want, even if it's change you've asked for, it is still uncomfortable. So, but trust, and don't be surprised if the old agendas seem to have more power. Trust in these bigger cycles that I keep sharing with you. You can look at the 2023 astrology forecast that I poured so much time and energy into. That's at my website at soulfulguarding.com. And if you want to journey in ritual at this moment, you're really feeling some of these themes are active, please join me. You can go to the link in my bio, go again to my website, to events, and just come and sit with a group of beautiful humans that are really consciously working at through ritual and ceremony to keep adapting, adjusting, and aligning with the highest potential for you. Okay, I will see you next lunar month. I can't wait to share another big one. Until then, stay safe, journey well, and all the best. So much love to you all.